In this video, I would like to discuss the tasks from the chapter Voice from the text Equip English for Undergraduates. There are 5 tasks given in this text. That means in this chapter, in the first task, you have to underline the predicates of the sentence. As we have already discussed, a predicate is that part of sentence except the subject. So you have to underline the predicate, find out the subject, and the remaining part will be the predicate of the sentence. In second task, you have to find out the transitive verb. You have to find out whether the verb is transitive. We have already learned that a verb which has an object is called a transitive verb. If there is an object, you can find out, you can understand that that verb is a transitive verb. So you have to find out the object, and also you have to mention the whether the verb is transitive or intransitive. Let me tell you once again, a verb that has an object is called a transitive verb, and a verb that does not have an object is called an intransitive verb. So in the second task, you have to find out the object of the sentence, and also you should state whether it is transitive or intransitive. Okay. In third task, you have to change the sentence from active to passive or passive to active as given in the instructions. Remember, when you change the sentence from active to passive, you have to follow the rules that we have already learned. In all the passive forms, we use the past participle form of the verb. We have learned in detail the forms of verbs that we use in different tense forms. We don't have passive form for 4 tenses. That is, we have no passive form for present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, and future continuous. For remaining 8 tense forms, we have passive, and in this task, some sentences are in active, you have to change that into passive, and some sentences are given in passive, you have to change it into active. Then you have for task 4, where some sentences are given in passive but with some errors. You have to find out that errors and correct that sentence. In task 5, some sentences are given and you have to change them into passive. Some cannot be changed into passive. As we have already said, if a sentence does not have an object, you cannot change that sentence into passive. So remember all the rules that we have learned and try to do the task. I will try to explain with the PowerPoint the answers that we have, answers of all these tasks. Thank you very much. Now take a look at the tasks. Equip English for Undergraduates. Task 1. Underline the predicates in the sentences below. Question number 1. I came late to the party. Predicate, came late to the party. Question number 2. Jeevan was thrilled with his grades. Predicate, was thrilled with his grades. Question number 3. Mom wants a cup of coffee. Predicate, wants a cup of coffee. Question number 4. She got a beautiful gift from her students. Predicate, got a beautiful gift from her students. Question number 5. That was a terrible mistake. Predicate, was a terrible mistake. Task 2. For the following sentences, find out the direct object if it has one and state whether the main verb is transitive or intransitive. Question number 1. The manager improved the performance of his workers. Here the direct object is the performance and the verb is transitive. Question number 2. The students arrived late yesterday. Here there is no direct object because arrived is an intransitive verb. Question number 3. We removed the logo immediately. The direct object is the logo and the verb removed is a transitive verb. Question 4. Some countries refuse to cooperate with these rules. Direct object to cooperate with these rules or rules, and the verb is transitive. Question number 5. A strong policy has reduced the number of cases. Direct object, cases, and the verb is also transitive. Now task 3, change these sentences into passive or active voice as directed in the brackets. Question number 1, the chairperson removed certain members of the committee. Certain members of the committee were removed by the chairperson. Question number 2, Morgan used special software for this research. Special software was used by Morgan for this research. Question number 3, a policy was formulated by the government. It has to be changed into passive. Again, look at this. This is to be changed into active. So look at this. A policy was formulated by the government. The government formulated a policy. Question number 4. In the first stage, we designed a logo and found a market. This has to be changed into passive. In the first stage, a logo was designed and a market was found. Question number 5. An instruction manual was then developed by them. Answer, they then developed an instruction manual. Task 4. All these passive sentences contain errors. Rewrite them correctly. Number 1. Several employees has been affected by the scheme. So the right answer is several employees have been affected by the new scheme. Question number 2. A product is developed by the company in response to this. Right answer, a product is being developed by the company in response to this. Question number 3. The system was tested by a number of industry professionals. Right answer, the system was tested by a number of industry professionals. Question number 4. A better result we achieved here by the team. Answer, a better result was achieved here by the team. Question number 5. By the teacher, the student was told to leave the class. The student was told to leave the classroom by the teacher. Task 5. How many of these active sentences can be reworked into the passive voice? List the reasons for those that cannot be reworked. Question number 1. I made a large model to generate more data. A large model was made to generate more data. Question number 2. The teacher was discussing our future. Our future was being discussed by the teacher. Question number 3. I have an extra variable here. Here, the sentence cannot be changed to the passive because the auxiliary verb have is the main verb. Question number 4. He arrived moments before the speech. The sentence cannot be changed to the passive because the verb arrived is an intransitive verb and does not take an object.